actually just got this email 6 minutes ago from one of our 84 Heidis.
Hi, Heidi.
She says, OMG, I'm still laughing at Queenie from yesterday when she was talking about her friend Omar, and she just so nonchalantly said, when one of our friends would overdose, I was eating an apple at the time and spit out my bite on my keyboard. Holy hell. Yeah, what, he made a commemorative t-shirt? Is that what it was?
Yeah, he made it. Okay, so as I was telling the story, I had to like put in a placeholder name because I'm like, I don't actually know if he's still alive. Yeah.
Wait. He's not named Omar?
No, it's something that also. It's of the same ilk, also starts with an O. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to have to do this with an ex-boyfriend on this show where I would switch a name out, so I got real good at it. But at any rate, yeah, so I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, is he alive? But I looked him up on Instagram last night. He's here.
Is he still making t-shirts for dead people?
He's private, so I don't know. And I honestly, it's like with my condition, I don't really like to open up the bridge of communication to people from my past unless I have to.
You refer to your current state of life as a condition?
Well, you know, what else do you say? My transitional phase that I'm in. But then even then, it's like you get, and it's even worse as I get prettier and I get further away from like the big shoulders and everything. Like I have a more of a resistance. Like people will be like, when are you coming back to Vegas? And it just gets, I never wanted to go back. And now it's just even more so because every time someone adds me on Facebook, they send me a message and it's like, for them, it's new news. They want to talk to me about how proud they are of me and my growth and everything like that. And I got my growth removed, so I'm not even really on it. So it's just like, I don't want to catch somebody up.
Her and her shoulders, that right there. What a girl thing. She's never had big shoulders, right? Like the dysmorphia of what we see, right? Like a girl's like, I'm so fat. They like are not. She has the smallest build. She's built like her mother, which is tiny. But in her mind, I got these big shoulders. Such a girl.
Are you guys having your own private conversation with the mics on?
Kyle's just trying to tell me something about something, and he's the mic is on. I was trying to tell him that the mic was on.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Kyle, do you want to share?
I understand because Dawn totally made that uninteresting and started talking about body dysmorphia and all that. So, yeah. Let's make it interesting then, because it is National Hot Dog Day.
Oh!
All right. Americans will consume 7 billion hot dogs between Memorial Day and Labor Day.
Holy cow.
Just in that stretch.
Jesus.
7 billion hot dogs in America. So for today, for National Hot Dog Day, before we get to the fun stuff, we'll get to the free stuff. You can go, or the inexpensive stuff, various deals. If you're craving a 4-day-old hot dog with Band-Aids, 7-Eleven's popular convenience store hot dog will have their famous quarter-pound big bite all-beef hot dog for just $1.
Oh, God.
So they got one with Band-Aids. How about regular aids?
Oh, man. Those things, unless they've improved dramatically, they might have all sorts of disease.
Yeah, that's expensive for a 7-Eleven hot dog, because what you're getting. Oh, man.
Then there's hot dog on a stick. Every customer who stops by gets themselves a free original turkey dog.
A turkey dog? Listen, I was a weirdo that used to eat turkey dogs. They are not hot dogs.
They do this every year.
It's a scam.
It's because nobody wants them.
Exactly.
Nobody is buying your turkey dogs.
Oh, God, have a hot dog.
And hot dog on a stick. So that's what you get free on Hot Dog Day.
Or just don't have a dog. Right, because it doesn't do the trick. You can't mess with your mind that way. Your mind knows that was a terrible turkey dog. And you're still craving the original dog.
I have lots of problems with that whole thing. I don't know why you're going to a hot dog on a stick to get a turkey dog. Other than like you're down on your luck, you can't afford anything and it's free today. I don't understand any other reason why that's even a thing. And if you can find a wiener schnitzel anywhere, head there to get yourself 5 of their chili dogs for just $5 today to celebrate National Hot Dog Day.
Not a hot dog though.
On all 5 for $5 or $1 each?
No,
That's what you're saying?
all five. Yeah, all 5 for $5, $1 each. Just no, it's a hot dog. It's not a turkey dog or anything. It's a hot dog with chili on it.
Now it's a chili dog. Now it's a whole like meal and you need a fork.
It's still a hot dog.
Right, it's still a hot dog.
It's more than a turkey dog.
Can you tell them without the chili and you just want the dog?
I don't know that the deal applies at that point.
Because, like, if I'm going to eat a hot dog, right, I don't want the chili.
Then why don't you just get the chili dogs and scrape it off into a bowl? Now you have a big bowl of chili, and you have 5 hot dogs.
I don't really like chili dogs, but do they have a
Right?
T-Boz dog?
No, me neither.
A what?
A T-Boz dog
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh.
All right, good.
Yeah.
of some variety? I'll even take a Destiny's Child dog.
How are you guys not fans of chili dogs? They're
No.
delicious.
Don't come after me, pal.
Not
I
you,
didn't
Dawn and
say
her.
that.
I know, not
Yeah.
you. No,
Not-
Dawn and Queenie.
Oh,
Not
I
a
was just
fan.
saying for the sake of the joke.
Oh, okay.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm all-
the joke is funny, and I really don't like chili dogs.
I don't think I do either. I don't like
Yeah.
chili.
No. I love chili, but I don't. If I just like a classic hot dog with mustard.
Who doesn't like chili?
I hate slop food.
I've never heard of
She
anyone who
does.
doesn't like
Anytime I've
chili.
made a lovely meal, one in a pot. She doesn't like things that are made one meal in a pot.
Like
Yeah.
casserole?
Yeah, I
yeah,
hate
casserole. If I make chili,
Lasagna?
No,
anything.
thanks.
Whoa.
Yes.
Bop it a boopy. You're Italian, aren't you?
I know. I would just rather have like a regular bowl of like rigatoni or something.
What is this mental defect?
I don't know. I just have like since I was a kid, like it's a visceral reaction. Like I see one big bowl of food and I'm like disinterested.
So soup?
I do like soup, but as a starter. Like as like a miso soup
But
before
it's-
sushi.
It's the same idea, though. It's everything's cooked in one pot.
It's actually not the same idea because one is liquid and the other is like a bunch of solids all kind of cooked together that have liquid but is mostly
so
solid.
pot roast? Pot roast is cooked all in the same pot?
But you serve it with things.
See, yes, when I learned
makes-
this.
this
No,
makes no
I'll
sense.
make this Mississippi pot roast. It's this recipe that I've had for a few years. It's amazing.
I just made that last night.
Isn't it so? Oh my God, it's so good. And that's in the crock pot. And then when I serve it, right, because she can then just take a little bit out of the crock pot and then get, if she's in the mood for the roasted potatoes, if I made those, or a veggie, right?
Yeah.
That's all separate on the plate. And I am a big one dish person. I love making one dish meals. And when she was living with us, I really had to like learn to like make things separate for her.
There's no sense to this.
There is. Hey, you know what? I'm a really accepting, kind person, and this is my quirk, and I want some love over it.
So what about Sloppy Joe's? Is that off the plate
I
as well?
don't want a sloppy
Oh,
Joe.
I like sloppy joes. Those are good.
I don't even know what to think.
I especially don't like sloppy joes. Actually,
Oh, you have an extra problem with sloppy Joe.
now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
No, but I want you to hear everything she has said, but I have watched her eat a quesadilla with top ramen. Okay? Like,
It was early on in the transition. The hormones were messing me up.
Wait a minute. So she's eating a quesadilla and top ramen's
top-
on the side?
yes, and then nachos, and
Okay.
then like gummies.
Oh, that's fine.
Gummy sour worms. or
Yeah,
what-
they're more
Weird.
like rapid fire, one thing after the other. It's not like, you know.
Weird little eating multiple weird things at once is fine.
Okay,
I
okay,
thought
all
she had put in the top ramen in the quesadilla.
she might have at some point. Who knows?
No, it'd be too much like a casserole.
So now that we've determined that chili dogs are not hot dogs for some reason, according to Dawn. By the way, we don't have to do the argument. Everybody knows that a hot dog is a sandwich, but we just don't call it a sandwich.
Well, it's not a
It is.
sandwich.
It is. We've already done it. It's
No,
by
no.
definition, it is a sandwich. We just don't refer to it as one.
I don't refer to it as a sandwich because it's not a sandwich.
No, it
That's
is.
where I landed
No,
on
it
the
is.
conversation. You landed on it is a sandwich. I landed on it is.
I didn't land on that. The definition of words landed on that. It is.
No.
It is a sandwich.
I don't think that's how that worked
Yeah,
out when you
yes,
read the definition of a sandwich.
No, it is.
It
It's
didn't include a
piece
hot
of,
dog.
A piece of meat between two pieces of bread.
A
It's a
hot
sandwich.
dog is its own
It's not.
category. It's not even under sandwiches on a menu. It's
No,
under
see,
hot
now,
dog.
look, we're not redoing the argument. This is where we understand we don't refer to it
Fine.
as a sandwich.
Listen,
but it is a
I am
sandwich.
fine that you and I disagree on this.
Well, that's me. So am
I'm
I,
fine.
because it's not about. This is like we disagree on the definition of water. I mean, you can say water is dry all day long,
I am not
but it's not.
convinced that you were correct. That's all I'm saying.
That's irrelevant, Brandon. Do you want to just remind her that is how we
I feel like
landed?
Brandon was on my side unless he switched.
No, we landed that we know it is a hot. It is a sandwich.
I don't
we
think
just
that's
don't
how
call
we
it that.
I think you're rewriting the conversation.
Fair enough. In a new.
And I can tell by Brandon's silence, he also agrees it is not a sandwich.
I was just waiting for my time to talk.
Brandon?
It technically it is a sandwich, but I don't refer to it as one
That's what I said.
because
what I
I'm not a
said.
heathen.
Right, that's what I said. That's literally what I
that
said.
is
What are you
not-
wooing? That is literally what I said.
Oh my God, where's the conversation? How long ago did we have this conversation?
Yes.
We need to replay it.
This is how it
This
ended.
is not how it went down.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. You're rewriting it?
No.
It was decided
It is.
that it was not a sandwich.
It is. And by the way, the majority of Americans know that. In a new poll,
Oh my God.
53% of people say a hot dog is a sandwich. We just don't refer to
Well,
one. That's
I-
literally how it.
Okay, let's listen to stats from Americans. We're all stupid now. That's fine. Makes my point.
I was actually happy to see that people are smart. That they know it is a sandwich, but we don't call it one. That's
now
literally
they're
it.
smart.
Hey, I'll take anything I can get.
I'm remembering the debate very vividly, and I remember being a lot more angry at the world. I was in a much worse state of mind. Now I'm kind of at a more
sure.
zen place, and so I'm not gonna argue with the idea that it shouldn't be called a sandwich, because you know what? There's better things to worry about.
There's always better things to worry about. Then we would never talk about anything if we're going to go along with that logic.
Just to clarify, it's only when the hot dog is inside the bun, not when it's solo.
Thank you. Yes,
Oh,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank
Good
you. Yes.
point. Yes.
You're right. A hot dog served, again, in the traditional sense, in the bun is when it is a sandwich.
Well, no, it's still not a sandwich, but in the bun.
Actually, it is. Again, words
No,
matter.
it's not even two pieces of bread.
Actually, it's bread. You're
It's
stuffing-
one bun.
It's stuffed between bread. That's all you
no,
need.
it's not bread.
Whoa! Wow! There's news. Hot dog buns are not bread. How about that? There's another argument.
You don't say grab the bread. You say grab me the hot dog buns.
Which is a form of bread.
So does this
Okay,
mean
but
that singular
words-
hot dogs, like a pack of Oscar Mayers, that's lunch meat?
Is it lunch? Well, I mean,
You can have it at lunch, but it's also a dinner meat.
See, this is where Dawn just like ruins everything. You would never refer to hot dogs as lunch meat. If you told
No.
somebody pick up some lunch meat, you wouldn't then grab a pack of hot dogs.
No.
However,
Probably wouldn't grab a bunch of hot dogs if someone asked for sandwiches, though, either, right?
I already said that. This is what this you're all making my point for me. However, a plain hot dog can be lunch meat. I've eaten hot dogs just cold right out of the wrapper, which is how you eat lunch meat, or you put it in a sandwich, like you do with a hot dog. But we don't talk that way. But the words, the actual definitions, the technicalities of them are all correct.
I don't like it.
So I'm looking over at Brandon's computer, and it was saying that a hot dog bun is considered a split roll, which would make it a sandwich.
I know that.
Yeah, okay.
I understand.
I don't-
There is no look. Whether or not someone wants to accept
I don't accept it.
what something is irrelevant to me. Just making the point of it is this thing. We may not call it this thing, but it is this
I
thing.
appreciate that part at least. At least I know.
That's how it started.
When you want a sandwich, you're never thinking of a hot dog. I'm fine right there, but I am not going to go the distance.
There was no reason for any of that reaction because you literally have said you're fine with what I said as an offhand comment so we can move past it. It is a sandwich, but nobody calls it that.
I'm fine that you at least believe that is what I'm saying.
It's not
I
about
meet
believing.
there.
It's not about believing. This isn't some type of ethereal do aliens exist or not conversation.
They do.
Fine. See, now there's no ultimate proof to that. That's your belief. I agree with you. There's nothing to argue about. However, others might say they aren't, and we won't know until we know.
Right.
We do know that a hot dog is a sandwich.
No, we don't.
We know that only heathens refer to hot dogs as
Well,
sandwiches.
that is true, and it's not a sandwich.
Actually, it is.
But it isn't.
And water's wet still. So, when you do, as Kyle pointed out, take that wiener and you put it into the split roll. Yeah. Before we get to what you put on your hot dog, whatever you put on your hot dog, assuming you put something, you don't eat your hot dog dry, any type of condiments. Do you put the condiments in the bun before the dog, or do you put them on top of the dog?
Okay, so just recently I started doing this. I put the condiments in first. That way you can lay the dog on top of the condiments, see how much the condiments spread out amongst the dog, and then you can apply a little more if needed. So it's very, very good effects.
You found it was more, I don't think that would make it taste better, but you found it was a better process?
It was a better process. It made it so that the sauce ratio was evenly spread.
If I have all of the condiments I like to work with, meaning mustard, relish, and ketchup, then I do both. Like it's like ketchup at the bottom because I don't like a lot of it, just a little bit. And then I would do like relish on top of the dog and then drizzles of mustard.
So you're doing both. So
Yeah,
you're not playing the game correctly.
It's very sandwich-like, if you will.
Although then technically you're putting some of the condiments. See, because this is something I've never even thought of doing. Putting the condiments in first.
No.
Me too.
Where'd you even get the idea, Kyle?
I was making hot dogs, and I had the buns ready and toasted before the dogs were ready. So I was like, I should put them in first, and then I just wanted like a layer of the mustard to be evenly distributed, because sometimes when you squirt it on top, it goes all over the place, and you might put too much. So it's just kind of a precaution.
I don't think I mean, maybe I have tried it. I just don't think it's ever occurred to me.
I agreed. This is something that just has never crossed my mind, and I would normally and I only do mustard. If I'm doing a hot dog, it's just mustard, and so I would drizzle it on top. But sometimes I would like turn the wiener so it would like spin around in the bun, and then it would spread the condiments inside the bun.
Okay.
So it is, since a hot dog is a sandwich, like when you make a sandwich, you put the mayonnaise and the mustard on first. It's kind of the same effect.
No, you're right. It makes sense. I was just shocked when I saw 75% of people in the survey put the condiments in the bun before the hot dog.
I was never even shown that way. Like, I mean, and I don't even know if it was something that it wasn't even like, here's how you do a hot dog. It was like just watching.
Right.
Hot dog in, and then even if, I mean, I'm a mustard person, but there have been times where I'm like, oh, kind of mayo and ketchup sounds good, and I'll still squirt those on top. I've never thought to mush them around the bun.
Now, by the way, you said on top. What about on the side? Like when you put the hot dog in, you've got that area on the side of the bun, or are you putting the condiments on the actual wiener?
I'm putting it on the wiener. So you've got the bun, and then you've got the wiener, and then I'm like squirt, like a squirrely,
like on the commercials.
And then you just keep piling on top. Like if you were to put anything else on top of your hot dog, it doesn't matter, onions, whatever. Do you just keep putting them on top, or do you at some point slide them to the side?
Well, so I don't like hot dogs with all of that, but I would imagine if I wanted onions, I'd probably stuff them on the side.
Like a Chicago dog, they stuff it on the side.
Yeah,
that's that and that.
Yeah. I mean, if they were like little diced ones, I might sprinkle them on top of the mustard because they'll stick to the mustard.
I'm just eating hot dogs all wrong, because there is actually a national hot dog and sausage council, and the official hot dog etiquette says you should never place condiments between the bun and the hot dog. Like, that's exactly where they go. Like I said, I'm doing everything wrong.
See, I thought like aesthetically or like fashionably, hot dogs were like you put thin lines of whatever on top of the dog, but like in terms of function, like I thought it was like a sandwich where you want to like get the bread with the condiments and then the meat gets it. Like you don't spread your mayonnaise on your turkey before you put it on your sub.
Right. No, I mean, no, I'm doing everything wrong for the exact reason that you said. I want the bite to be exactly that. Bread, condiments, hot dog, in that order. I don't want my condiments on top of my hot dog because it doesn't get that's not how your mouth works. Then your mouth comes down and it just doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. Because I don't see anything wrong with squirting it on the side. Right? It's still not on the bun first. I mean, you're still putting in the hot dog first, which is, I think, the main thing. Right? Like the hot dog goes in, and then you're going to place your stuff however you're going to place it. The only time I haven't put the hot dog in first is if I wanted, when I was little, like American cheese. Then I put it on the bottom and then the bun.
Okay,
and then the hot dog.
Things done under the age of 10 with all food.
I want chicken nuggets.
Right,
Yeah, it doesn't count.
No.
All right, so we mentioned a lot of them. The annual survey has been done by Harris Poll. The most popular hot dog topping in America is
mustard.
Mustard. 71% of Americans who eat hot dogs say they top their hot dogs with mustard.
Hell yeah.
Second is
ketchup.
Yeah,
ketchup. Which does not belong on a hot dog.
Haters gonna hate.
I liked it as a kid, which you're okay too.
That's what ketchup's for. Children. Children put ketchup on eggs and potatoes.
Ooh, right here, eggs and potatoes.
Right, you're a child when it comes to those foods. It doesn't belong on these foods. In fact, now this again, back to the hot dog etiquette thing. This is the thing that I'm doing right. Hot dog connoisseurs and the official etiquette guide, yes, there really is one for eating a hot dog, considers ketchup a definite no-no, but Americans disagree. When asked if ketchup is an acceptable hot dog topping, so they're not even saying they put it on there, but asked if ketchup is an acceptable hot dog topping, 80% of Americans said yes. Although...
No.
The percentage of Americans who say it is unacceptable rises as they get older.
Yes.
See,
there we go.
As you get away from being a child You said the highest percentage, because you can't interview children without your parents can say 18 to 34-year-olds are the highest acceptance of ketchup, and then it goes down exponentially as you get older.
I do like ketchup as a feature, but just not like, it's not the main thing I'm going to. Like, I'm there, when it comes to hot dogs, I am mostly there for relish, but there has to be mustard in order to like conduct it. And I just feel like the tomato kind of helps it not be so bitter. Like, it kind of puts a little bit of sweet in there.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of the sauerkraut on the hot dogs. I don't know what it is, but the extra crunch to it is so good.
See, so for me, that's like a one-off. That's like a now and then thing. I'll get a craving for a kraut dog. But you're putting it on every time?
No, I don't have sauerkraut every time. I wish I did.
Yeah, no, I can't do it all the time. I like it now and then. It takes me back to going to A's games because I would always get it when I went to A's games.
I've been adding jalapenos to them lately with the mustard.
I wonder if it's because I'm like more of a sweet than salty person that I never got into the sauerkraut. I feel like salty people do get into the like things like that.
But you just don't like sauerkraut, right?
No, and I honestly don't know why. And I mean, if I sat and thought about it, somebody probably made it horribly, right, as a kid, and I tasted it and then just thought it was terrible, period.
Wait a minute. When we were kids, there's only one way to make sauerkraut.
Well,
you open the jar
I'm just going to say
and you dump it into the saucepan. There's no way to make it wrong. Now, so which Kyle of you, are you a sauerkraut fan?
Yeah, I didn't know you could cook it. I thought you ate it raw.
I love raw sauerkraut, but you can warm it up. But now you can get like gourmet, fresh, really great from the deli section sauerkraut with various flavors. Oh, it's
what am I messing up then? What is it that is warm and it has the smell? It makes the whole house smell that
horseradish.
I mean,
but
sauerkraut can be that.
Okay,
Yeah,
but cabbage, right? Like cabbage
it's
and
fermented
what's that
cabbage.
thing you like? Corned beef and cabbage. Yeah, maybe that's the smell, but the cold cabbage doesn't have that smell.
No,
right?
No.
Yeah, maybe
You'd have to shove your face into the pouch.
I wonder if I have noticed the older I'm getting, the more salty I like things. And I still like sweets, but the more I like salty things. So I'm wondering if I would like it
Give
now.
sauerkraut another try. Give the good stuff a try.
I'm coming up with the new idea talking about salty. I'm thinking like the fermented cabbage, the kimchi. I'm thinking that would be good on a hot dog with the sauerkraut.
My wife loves that stuff.
Oh, it's so good.
I love kimchi's makeup brand. The lips, amazing. No, I used to get teased mercilessly at school because we pretty much lived like when I was growing up, we would live off of like cabbage, like. And so I would always smell like boiled cabbage. And so I would just get mocked mercilessly. People like thought that I was, going number one all over myself.
So for hot dogs, Americans say they put ketchup on number one, mustard's number one, ketchup's number two, where it belongs. And then onions are third most popular, chili and relish round out the top five. A couple of emails here. First one is from Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
My favorite toppings are shredded cheese and relish. Never needed the cheese on the hot dog.
No. Maybe if on top of chili, but that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll put some cheese in the bun first, then put the hot dog on top so some of the cheese melts. We got this from Christopher.
Hey, Christopher.
Says, no, he's an idiot.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
I thought
Whatever you're doing is wrong.
I saw condiments were in there. He wants to go back to the debate. Idiotic.
Oh,
So
yeah.
one final note. Kyle, I think Kyle's like split personality. He belongs on both coasts because they did split up favorite toppings by region. The Northeast loves sauerkraut. The West Coast loves jalapenos. So you're all over the place.
It is, and it depends on the mood as well. Like, when I don't know, when I'm eating like hot dogs as just like a quick little snack, sure, yeah, I'm just gonna use mustard and jalapenos. But if I go to like say a restaurant or something, or like a hot dog place, I want it like the Northeast coast, like with the sauerkraut and all the good toppings all over
Those
it.
weirdos in the Midwest are the ones most likely to put ketchup on their hot dogs. And Southerners, of course, are most likely to have chili on theirs.